Hi, and welcome to the third video on kinematics. We are still looking at the difference between the average velocity and the average speed, but in this case we have a position time graph. Question reads, the position time graph shown in the figure represents the motion of a particle moving along the x-axis. Find the average velocity and the average speed in the time intervals shown. So we're going to find both average velocity and average speed in each and every one of these time intervals. So let's begin. We'll abbreviate average velocity as AV and average speed as AS. Average velocity is displacement over the time taken. Now, because we have intervals, we'll say final displacement over final time, initial time. Now for speed it will be the same. It will be distance over the total time taken. Now for the total time taken, if we are moving between 4 to 7 seconds, the total time taken here is 3, which can be gotten by 7 minus 4. So because it's a time interval, that's why we have to say 7 minus 4 to get 3. But for speed, we'll say distance over, we can still use the interval in the denominator. But for the numerator, the distance, we cannot say final distance minus initial distance, because distance is the total amount of space that is moved or that is covered. So it will just be a sum. Okay, let's begin with the first one. The time interval 0 to 2 seconds. The average velocity, the final displacement, we go to the time graph. The average or the final displacement, we go to the time 2. At time 2, the displacement is 10. So it will be the final displacement is 10 minus the initial displacement is 0. The final time is 2. The initial time is 0. This gives us 10 over 2, which is 5 meters per second. Now let's come to speed. The total distance covered is also 10, but the time is from 0 to 2. So that's 2 minus 0, which is 10 divided by 2, which gives us 5 meters per second. So in the first interval, both the velocity and the average speed are the same. What's the second time interval? 0 to 4 seconds. Average velocity, average speed. Average velocity is going to be, so it's from 0 to 4 seconds. So we come at 4 seconds, we see what's this position. It's roughly around 5 meters. It's in between 4 and 6. So the final position is 5 minus the initial is 0 over the final time is 4 seconds minus initial. This gives us 5 over 4, which is around 1.25 meters per second. Now we come to average speed. Average speed is the distance over the time taken, or the time interval in this case. The distance, so we have to go from 0 up to 10. That would be 10 meters, plus he moves now from 10 up to 5 meters, so that's 15, a total of 15 meters over the time interval. The time interval is 4 minus 0. This gives us 15 over 4, which is 3.75 meters per second. So in the second time interval, 0 to 4 seconds, this is the average speed and the average velocity. Let's move on to the third. The third time interval is from 2 seconds to 4. So from here up to here. So average velocity, the final displacement at 4 is 5 minus, at 2 seconds it was at 10 meters, so minus 10 over the time interval. Final time is 4 minus initial time is 2. So that's 5 minus 10, that's minus 5 over 4 minus 2, that's 2. This gives us negative 2.5 meters per second. Next, we want to get the average speed. The total distance that he moves between 2 and 4 seconds is 5 meters. So he goes from 10 up to 5. So this becomes 5 meters over the time interval is 4 minus 2. This is 5 over 2, which is 2.5 meters per second. Now notice that they are the same value, but velocity is negative, and velocity can be negative because it's a vector quantity which has direction. Speed only has magnitude. Now let's move on to the third one. Is from 4 to 7 seconds. So average velocity, so that's from 4 up to 7 seconds. Average velocity is equal to the final displacement at this position is here, which is roughly around -5. So final is -5 minus the initial displacement from 4 seconds was +5. So that's -5 minus 5 divided by the time interval is 7 minus 3. This gives us -10 over 7 minus 4, 7 minus 4. This gives us 3, making the average velocity -3.3 meters per second. Now, average speed. Average speed is the distance over the time interval. So, what distance does he move from 5 meters to -5? So, in the first part, he doesn't move any distance. But from 5 seconds to 7 seconds, he moves from from 5 all the way up to -5. So this is a total distance of 10 meters divided by the time interval, which is from 7 to 4. So that's 7 minus 4. This gives us 10 over 3, which is 3.3 meters per second. And the last one is from 0 to 8 seconds. Average velocity. The average velocity is from 0 all the way up to 8 seconds. From 0 to 8 seconds, the final displacement is, when we go to 8 seconds, it's at 0. Minus the initial is also 0. Divided by the total time is from 8 to 0. This gives us 0 over 8, which is 0 meters per second. So because it comes back to the same position, the average velocity is going to be 0. Now let's go to the average speed. Average speed is the total distance that he moved in this entire time interval. So let's count the distance that he moved in this time interval. So the first part, he moved from 0 up to 10. So that's 10 plus 10 to 5, that's 15. 15 plus another 10. So when he moved from 5 to negative 10, that's 15 plus another 10 from here up to here. And lastly, he moved from negative 5 up to 0, which is positive 5, because speed is a scalar quantity. It only has magnitude. So 15 plus 10, that's 25 plus 5, that's 30. So this gives us a total distance of 30 meters divided by the time interval 8 minus 0. So this gives us 30 over 8, which is 3.75 meters per second.